Hey guys, just a quick thing before I get into the review. I actually have a new channel. It's entitled Laidback Tears. It's kind of where I do more slower videos, kind of videos where I take my time, show CDs, show vinyls, go do some top 10, maybe some ranking videos, and just tell some life stories, some encouragement. It's called Laidback Tears. As I said, I'll have a link below, either in the comment or in the description. Anyways, let's transition from that into my review of the fifth studio album by Josh Tillman, J. Tillman, Father John Misty himself, and his new album, Chlöe in the Next 20th Century. This is his first new album in 4 years since 2018's fantastic record, God's Favorite Customer, a personal favorite of mine. And Josh Tillman has had a pretty steady career of being some really good albums. Even when he was J. Tillman, I checked out some of his older records. I enjoyed some of what I heard, but I've really known him as Father John Misty all the way back in 2017 when I heard Pure Comedy, and that encouraged me to go back into his discography. I checked out Fear Fun, and I enjoyed it. I checked out I Love You, Honey Bear, and it's become one of my favorite records of the 2010s and just in general. It's something that's very intimate, but it's definitely something that I can come back to. On this new record here, Josh Tillman seems to, instead of going the introspection concept record, instead of talking about himself, instead of talking about the world at large, as he's done with his past two records, he paints almost a pastel, almost dim gray, but yet fluctuating view of the 40s, the 30s, the nostalgia here. This is a very nostalgic experience, as we got on the lead single, Funny Girl, which dropped in January. That song just blew me away. It's easy listening, blue-eyed soul magic. It just transports you to that time, and it's definitely trying to do that on that track. We then got the track Q4, which dropped, which was one I was kind of divided on. I thought it was kind of just, oh, we're going back to the Fear Fun period with a little chamber rock harpsichord, but the song did grow on me. Then we got Goodbye Mr. Blue, and I was very curious about how this album was going to come together. And did it? I believe it did. This is a very interesting album overall. While I don't think it ranks near the top of Father John Misty's career, I definitely do think that it is a very solid and very great album. I think he just continues on a streak of not releasing an album that I dislike. It's something that maybe took me some time to get into, and it's something that I definitely, on repeated listens, have really grown to appreciate. There's almost a way that he paints a picture. Imagine that you're in the 40s, 1943, and it's almost a picturesque view of like Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart, the dejected lover sitting at the bar smoking a cigarette, looking at his past regrets and the love he once had. That is what this album is, and I think it nails that just amazingly on some of the lyrics here. And especially on the track Kiss Me, I Love Her, Kiss Me, I Loved You, sorry, there's definitely a yearning, almost like, this might be the last time, kiss me. It's very earnest in the way it is. He sings that chorus, and while people might think it's weird the way he sings that, I really enjoy it. Also, there's that song, Prelude's Everything But Her Love, which again is something that could be seen as, dejection. You get everything but her love. She uses you for everything but that. And it's something that maybe, it might say its meaning in the title, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a deeper understanding or anything. It's just that it's not introspective as his previous albums. But then we get something like The Next 20th Century, the closing track on this album, which definitely delves deep into the oncoming future. It's something almost as if Josh Tillman, who's been very critical of kind of the cyber age, as he said himself, everyone having VR headsets, everyone being in their own little world, as he said on, of course, Total Entertainment Forever, When the God of Love Returns, Pure Comedy, all those songs where he references that. this is one that I think really continues to drive that. Will this be the next 20th century? And I think it's something that, while maybe it's not about the same thing as those songs, it definitely has a darker and ends this album on a very brooding and haunting note. But then there's the kind of whimsical, almost Ziegfeld folly-ish opener, Chlöe, which I definitely think is a lot of fun, as well as the track Only a Fool, which is just so nostalgic. I love the little horns and clarinets on this one. I really do enjoy a lot of this song. And while this album does kind of have its hang-ups, I'm not a big fan of really the Olvivado segue. It is interesting. It's like elevator music, but done well, because it actually has stuff. It's just not something I would come back to. We Could Be Strangers is another very nice cut. I like the writing on this song. I think the instrumental is really, really good. And Goodbye Mr. Blue, as I said, well, the lyrics of this song will make you laugh, as it's kind of an ode to his cat who passed away. Some of the lyrics might sound funny, like, 1 life down, 8 to go. Like, get it? Like cat with 9 lives. Wink, wink, wink. Maybe it's a little bit on the nose, but it's just such a well performed song. It's a beautiful song. I love the guitar on here and the drums and just everything on this one. It's just such a pretty, almost ballad, but then again, it's about a dying cat. So I really don't know how to take this one. But I guess that really only leaves how this album fits as a whole. Does this album flow? Well, obviously it has some flow, but maybe it's not like his other records where they feel like each song goes to the next concept. There's a concept here, but it's just not completely tied together through the track listing. And I definitely can see some criticisms to that, to where should these songs really be on the same album? And I think for the most part, yes. I mean, there are a few times when it's like, oh, we're doing this kind of Latin kind of elevator music, then oh, we're doing this chamber rock, then we're back to this. It does flip around a bit, but most of the time it stays pretty sonically precise, in my opinion. All in all, guys, I think this is a very enjoyable, fun album. It's something new for Father John Misty, as he always seems to break out of his shell. And I'm feeling a strong 4 out of 5 for Chlöe in the next 20th century. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and subscribe to Laidback Tears. I'm going to be uploading a video either tonight or it'll be uploaded tomorrow morning, depending on my Wi-Fi. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.